Minister, we were taking notes, and if you look into our program tomorrow, tomorrow is Friday, the last day of our program, around 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, we'll be doing what we call a summary and a way forward. I commit that whatever that you requested that we take into account will be part of the way forward, and then that document will be communicated and be submitted to your department as well. Without wasting further time, colleagues, let me request the president of SASCOC to come and give us the message of support.
Thank you, Mulweni. You're having a good time already, because what the minister said is so important to the future of boxing in South Africa. It gives me goosebumps whenever I talk about the development of a sport in this country. And I'm here part of another historical meeting that I hope is going to bear fruits for the future of this beautiful sport of boxing. Let me acknowledge the minister, the officials of the department, the chair of Boxing South Africa and his board members, the president of SANABO and his executive members, the provincial departments. I've heard that a mentor of mine, Valeri Mula, is here. Is that true? In case you don't know, Mr. Mula was my president of the Eastern Province Sports Council, which is now part of the Lebega area, and I cut my teeth as development officer in the executive of that commission. Good to see you, sir. And all the members from the National Lotteries Commission. The media, the facilitators that are here, the stakeholders, the NGOs, and of course the SASCOC staff of COO. I think they promoted you to CEO early on. I want to apologize on behalf of our new CEO, Ms. Nozipo Jafta. She can't make it. She's planning for our strategic planning session that's taking place next week, and her plate is full. But she wishes you all the best in your endeavors for this workshop. There's a famous photo of Madiba, boxing photo, which I'm sure you've all seen. But I'm sure what you don't know is that in my office at the Olympic House, I have a framed belt of baby Jake with Madiba there. I don't know why that belt is in my office. I thought it would have belonged with BSA with baby Jake. And I'm declaring now already that it's in my office in case you're looking for it. So you can come and get it to be part of your history, or we are going to make it part of sports history when we establish our sports museum and the history of sport program in future. But it clearly shows that we have a history and we have a love for your sport in terms of Madiba and his famous photo, and an icon like Baby Jack. And my role here is not to make a speech, but to support what the minister has said, but then also to give more context as to the role of SASCOC and how we will support this organization called BSA, who the president, the chairperson who complained to me this morning does not have a vote in our meetings. And so now we have 3 votes being an Olympic sport. I had the privilege of being with the SANABO membership last year when they ran their strategic planning workshop in Johannesburg. And they looked at the various international models, Australia, Canada, and what they were doing in the European countries. Because we're in dire need of forming champions, of developing champions. The minister has stated that SANABO forms the bedrock of your sport in this country. It is like the school, it is like the family, because that forms the bedrock of every sport in this country. And that is the role that SASCOC can do to support the professional side of boxing, to assist SANABO to become good at what they do and to be the reservoir of boxing in this country. So that it is, as the minister said, a pipeline or a pathway for the development of future champions like Baby Jack. You have to see yourself as a family. Because without one or the other, you're not going to survive. So Nabu needs those icons like Baby Jake, and you need those reservoirs and those clubs to bring those players and athletes and boxers to the fore. You cannot develop one without developing the other. And our role as SASCOC is to try and bring this together with the department and the various other stakeholders to make this work. BSA is of course about the professional side. And it doesn't mean that SASCOC can't support you, because we can support you by engaging with you and trying to assist you with your needs and facilitating, Chairperson, facilitating your programs and your objectives and your goals. Because we need those professional boxers. I don't know whether you know, but in Lesotho at the end of the year, your boxers did exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. If it wasn't for the Team South Africa to leave early, we would have received the gold. In fact, we had finished on top, but we couldn't be part of the medal ceremony. So give yourselves a hand in that respect. Then don't forget, in August this year, it's the Commonwealth Games. And boxing is part of that. So there you already started to identify your future champions and your future professional boxers. And then in 2024, of course, we have the Paris Olympics. Now, we couldn't have boxers in Tokyo last year because Sanabo, as the mother body, was not able to qualify through Africa. We have to change that. And you have to work together with your coaches, your technical officials, and your administrators to ensure that that same mistake does not occur again. I'm going to emphasize you cannot work in silos. You have to work together. And that is what SASCOC is going to promote and almost enforce, the two of you working together to develop boxing in this country. And that includes the infrastructure development at municipal level, the competitions that must be hosted here, the boxers' pathway. After boxers have finished their careers, what happens next? As well as the complete support for the boxing fraternity. We will also support you in the events that take place at Zone 6 level, Zone 5 AUSC, Africa, and internationally. We are willing to work with this fraternity to make boxing great again, because we have slipped, and we must not miss the fact that in order to go forward, we need to recognize our weaknesses first and make sure, just like a child at home who's not good at maths, the parents does not leave them alone. The parents will make sure that that child goes through a positive learning program to ensure that that weakness is overcome. Whatever weakness we have in boxing in South Africa, you need to look at it in an honest, open manner and try and overcome that. Without doing that, those weaknesses will still remain. But as the Minister said, there are so many opportunities out there. We simply have to work together to achieve it. You have SASCOC's unconditional support. We will work with you. Our staff will work with you so that we can make this sport great again. Thank you so much.